Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, how are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 video. So, we've got a couple of pieces of news today that come out over the last couple of days ahead of the Milepost Zero update, and they're fairly important sort of FYIs ahead of that actual update releasing next week. So, as you may be well aware, the update is due on Tuesday, that's 3rd of September, bringing the next bunch of gameplay changes and updates and new content, and presumably a whole load of bug fixes as well to the game. There are a couple of updates relating to that are interesting. So the first one on the list is that at least part of it is being delayed. So the update's still coming on the 3rd as planned, and it'll still have the legendary crafting and probably a whole bunch of other stuff besides. But the caravan running mechanic, which is kind of the sort of flagship of the whole update, is actually being pushed back a little bit. Having played it a bit recently, I can kind of see why they need a little bit of time to iron out a few of the last creases. I've run into a few issues here and there myself, to do with pathing on the Brahman and perhaps some balancing tweaks and stuff, as well as a couple of other bits and pieces as well, so a couple of weeks of extra sort of fine-tuning is apparently required. According to the post that is on a couple of socials, but also on the Discord, that's going to be pushed back until later in September. They've just said later next month, so that's interesting and a bit unusual, primarily because we normally do get a sort of mid-season update patch, what have you, but it's usually about halfway through, so I would expect that to arrive in the middle of October. So I don't know if this is going to be instead of that, or in addition to that, but if it's in September, it's early, and I would expect if they are updating a major feature like this, it will take a patch of some sort, so we'll have to wait and see what the plan is on that, but yeah, the actual caravan running part is being pushed back a little bit while they iron out the last few creases. So the other piece of information is a little onerous in some ways, but should be good in the long run, I think, and that is that when the update comes out on Tuesday, you will actually have to re-download the entire game, which I know kind of sucks. That's a big download, and it's going to take time, even more than it would normally take for an update. But the flip side of this is the goal is apparently to reduce the overall installation size of Fallout 76, repackage it, do all that back-end stuff that just shrinks down the file size in general, so hopefully your hard drive, be it on your console or your PC, will be slightly less cluttered by the massive and slightly ungainly install that is Fallout 76 plus 5-6 years now of updates. So yeah, it's kind of time that they recompressed everything. I can see why they want to do that, but it does mean it's going to take a little while. So I've seen a couple of questions on Discord and other places asking about settings and your saved photos and things like that, whether or not that will be affected. It shouldn't be. Those things are kind of separate and very, very small files. I mean, the settings is literally a text file. So it shouldn't affect any of that stuff. It should just compress all of the data files down a little bit more and hopefully take up a little less room on your hard drive. But the cost of doing that, of course, is it's going to take a while to do the download. Which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. It just means that I imagine the servers will be relatively quiet on Tuesday night while we catch up on that one, and everybody will have to jump into it a little later than originally hoped, perhaps. But that is what it is. Definitely an overdue improvement, and yeah, speaking of improvements, from the rumblings I have heard, there will be other things that are designed to attend to the fact that the game has been out for a while and has had a lot added to it that should hopefully smooth our experience and sort of declutter a little bit. So we've got a few more things like that on down the road. Hopefully those won't require full downloads though. So there we go. That's where we are on the latest news of Fallout at the moment. As I say, updates coming on Tuesday, 3rd of September. It'll be sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon-ish for the servers coming down in the UK. So that'll put it around about 10 AM on the East Coast in the US. And it'll take as long as it takes. How long's a piece of string at this point? It varies, obviously. This one could take a while, plus obviously the download size, so we'll see how long it takes for that actually to get back up again. But I will, of course, bring you more details in the next few days regarding the update, and, of course, the actual patch notes when that comes out next week as well, so do keep it here. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you found this useful and informative. If you did, likes and subs and notification bell are always very, very much appreciated. Social media links down below, along with channel memberships if you'd like to support the channel that way. And of course, join us for live streams as well, playing Fallout 76. We've got Fallout London on the go as well. Should be jumping into that early next week as well. And we're playing some of the Stalker series at the moment, ahead of Stalker 2 coming out. So definitely enjoying that. Do hope you'll join us. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.